Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. As William Ruto and Gachagua embarked on a 3-day development tour in the mountain, people are waiting to see how the reception was gonna be like. Because in the past, it has been a norm that whenever William Ruto goes, he will be heckled, or his very closest allies, the leaders who accompany him, are always being heckled because Kenyans are very tired. So as they approached Kiambu, it was even more interesting because Kiambu is Uhuru's home turf. And one of the reasons why William Ruto had taken this tour in Central was to ensure that he tries and neutralizes Uhuru's growing popularity. And Kiambu is a thorn in the flesh to William Ruto's re-election. He was going to visit an area that recently had gathered to pray and crying and asking Uhuru to forgive them for ignoring his advice. In other words, Uhuru advised them not to elect William Ruto, yet they went ahead and elected him. And so they went down in tears praying and asking God to forgive them. He was also facing a county that had got leaders who had rebelled. Muthoni wa Mushomba is the first member of parliament, UDA member of parliament, to tell Ruto to his face that this housing levy that you hold very closely to your heart does not augur well with Kenyans. And even to make it more difficult is the fact that Governor Wamatangi reads from the same page as Muthoni wa Mushomba, the Kiambu governor, and he had become very problematic as far as releasing county land so that Ruto can build his affordable housing is concerned. And they are asking the same question with Muthoni wa Mushomba. How are we going to release our land? You build houses, then you sell it to a third party, a private developer. How do we benefit? So the visit to Kiambu was one that was very, very interesting. So Kiambu was hot potato to William Samoei Ruto. Now, as this was happening, Rigathi Gachagua knew very well that Kimani Wamatangi has become a rebel because he's not cooperating as far as the housing levy is concerned. And of recent, you know that there were wrangles between Kimani Wamatangi and some of the MCAs. And Rigathi had lined up leaders to try and tame or humiliate Kimani Wamatangi. And among the leaders who had been strategically placed to ensure that they humiliate the governor is the Thika member of parliament, Alice Ng'ang'a. He was there strategically. There is Kikuyu member of parliament who's also the majority leader in the National Assembly, Kimani Ichung'wah. And of course there is Kiragu Wathang'wa, who is also the senator of Kiambu. So the leaders, these three leaders from Kiambu, were going to ensure that they tamed Kimani Wamatangi. I think maybe try and show him that he will not get a second term if he does not play along. And Kimani Wamatangi also must have realized that the battle lines had been drawn, and so he was very ready for them. And the battle began. When the leaders were given a chance to speak, you could easily tell that they were up to no good. And look at what Alice was saying.
Sikizeni, mimi ndio nitapinga gavana wa Matangi hapa Kiambu County. Mimi ndio nitapinga gavana wa Matangi hapa Kiambu. Watu wari oe! Nione ni kupinga gavana wa
And of course, the supporters of Kimani Wamatangi heckled him down, and I think it was good so that he could be shown. You know, some of these leaders think that they own the opinion of the people. They thought that when they arrived there, they were going to roast Kimani Wamatangi. Little did they know that Kimani is also a politician just like they are, and he's got some good rapport with the people, because those people did not allow Alice to create mayhem, to humiliate their leader. Then came the Kiambu senator. Listen to him.
Na mimi naunga mkono our deputy president vile amesema kila mtu afanye kazi yake. Unajua kazi ya senator ni gani? Kazi ya senator ni kuleta pesa Kiambu. Mimi kila mwezi naleta bilioni 1. Kwa hivyo nikiuliza swali vile hiyo pesa imetumika, hiyo ni siasa. Hiyo ni siasa. Na kama tumeambiwa hapa, ndũngĩtweta cui ucoke ũtũrĩhie thibitari. Si ndio? Ndũngĩtweta cui ucoke ũtũrĩhie thibitari. Gĩtĩkĩria mandagĩtarĩ moyage tũcui, tũkarĩhaga na tũcui thibitari. Si mambo ndio hayo? Mimi nimesema nitaongea kama seneta wa Kiambu. Nimesema kazi yangu nitaifanya mpaka dakika ya mwisho. Si nilikuja nikaongea kuhusu hii taa? Si imewaka jana? Kama ningenyamaza ingekuwa? Si nimeongea kuhusu mataa ilikuwa inawaka mchana inazima usiku. Sasa hizi imezima itawaka usiku. Ile tuweka seneta akaria. Tolera gavana akode aririe ritarimwe wabia kuvanga andu mayawe haririe. We haririe toje tango karogo athangwa seneta wa Kiambu. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
You see, when the senator is saying that his role is to checkmate the governor, he is right. He's playing that role as is constituted in our laws, in our constitution. But then coming in public to play politics with it simply tells you that something is wrong, because he was alluding to some fact that he brings more money to the country, but it is not used well. So this tells you that something was wrong. But it was regarding Gachagua's response that shocked me. Instead of taking on Alice and condemning her, he was like trying to support them in a way, and he was blaming Kimani Wamatangi to have ferried goons there to heckle other leaders. And he was saying in a nutshell that maybe these goons were ferried from the ODM strongholds. So I don't know whether they were saying that they were ferried from Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Migori, I don't know. But this is what he alluded to.
Mimi nataka niseme nikiwa hapa Kiambu, hiyo tabia ya kupiga kelele mbele ya mfalme, hiyo hapana tabia ya watu ya Mlima Kenya. Hiyo ni tabia ya ODM. Na mimi nikiwa kiongozi wenu hapa, sitaki kuona hiyo maneno tena. Na mimi pia nasema, wewe kama unataka kuleta vijana kuja kuunga yeye kwa mkutano, hapana toa vijana mbali, toa hasa wakule. Si ndio? Hapana toa watu mbali. Kama lazima upange watu wakuja wakupigie makofi, hapana toa watu mbali. Huyu ni mfalme wetu, president wa Kenya, amekuja kutuletea maendeleo. Munaleta aibu mbele ya rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya katika eneo ambao sisi ni watu ya heshima. Mimi nataka niambie governor, niambie MPs, kuanzia leo hiyo maneno hatuwezi kubali hapa katika mlima. Mimi rais nimeona aibu nikiwa kiongozi hapa. Nimeona aibu sana, na mimi hiyo maneno sitaki. Rais amekuja kutusaidia kuleta maendeleo na hatutaki hiyo maneno tena. Tumekubaliana. Kwa hivyo rais, kama utawapatia nafasi hapa waongee, tunataka tuone heshima. Kama upendi vile governor anasema, nyamaza. Kama utaki MP, nyamaza. Alafu siku ya debe, si utaonana na yeye.
But you see, when you look at it very critically, Gachagua was really angered. Number one, you can see he's calling William Ruto Mfalme, the king. You know, William Ruto was their guest. And as they went there, I think Rigathi has still buried his head in the sand, and he feels, or he still thinks, that the same fear and respect that these people gave William Ruto when he was campaigning is the same that they accord him today. Things are very different. As they were campaigning, William Ruto told them quite a lot of palatable and some nice statements. Right now, more than 1.5 years down the line, these people have scrutinized William Ruto's statements, promises vis-a-vis the implementation, and they've realized that nearly all of the statements and promises that they were given are no longer working. So it tells you that these people no longer respect, no longer give William Ruto the same love that William Ruto had when he was campaigning. And this is why they had the audacity to heckle in front of William Ruto, to heckle a member of parliament, a UDA member of parliament. This is something that was unheard of. And we have seen this, even Kihika was heckled in Nakuru. Many of these William Ruto's leaders are being heckled. And when you look at the heckling very closely, these people are telling William Ruto that we no longer fear. And this is why Rigathi Gachagua was very much angered. And you see, Rigathi Gachagua has self-proclaimed himself as the ultimate leader, the ultimate spokesman in central or Mount Kenya. Yet these people could not give him a damn. They were heckling in front of Rigathi Gachagua. In other words, when you have a visitor and your children still heckle your visitor in front of you, they also don't have enough respect for you. Remember, respect is earned. And so Rigathi Gachagua came face to face with this reality that these people no longer accord him the same respect that they had because of the lies, the unkept promises. And so William Ruto, of course, kept on watching, staring at what was happening. But don't you think William Ruto was very happy? Because when these people heckle another leader in front of Rigathi Gachagua, it means that Rigathi cannot control them.